Okay, hi everybody. This is Stuart at Three Gear Studios. And today we're going to be, this is part two of working on this Dire Troll. Last time we did a lot of work on doing just the basic coat of the skin. We did spot over the week that there are some places that I might have missed. Like, let's see if I can spot it again. Ah, see that thumb right? See that nice white streak across the thumb? Yeah, things like that. But those things happen. Today I'm hoping to get a little bit more into working up on recapturing a lot of this detail, not only on the foreheads that he has up here, but the several faces he has throughout his body. Um, because detail is hard. So again, most of my paints are going to be Army Painter with a few mixed in from older collections. I'll try to make sure to say what paints I'm using as I'm using them so all of you at home can enjoy and say, oh, that's what he uses. In general, just because I use Army Painter doesn't mean you got to use Army Painter um, because, use what works for you. Um, because I'm standing throughout this one. No, I need a chair. So while I'm working around trying to get doing the last minute setup stuff because as much as I love painting with you guys, I find it really difficult to do things like painting while standing up and things like that. So I got to make sure I got a chair. So, haha, as I got my chair, and why does this light? I'm still having lighting technical difficulties, as for whatever reason, I finally got this light all set up, and it is periodically losing power. Fun. Um, okay, so most of these, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go over and I am going to find a nice red in order to recapture some of these pupils. I previously used a nice bright red, but now which I think before it was the Vallejo Vermilion, I think I might try it with the pure red, but I think I want an undercoat so that there's some variation. So I want a couple steps darker. Um, Gonna want a couple steps darker. Well, I could go lighter. Um, it is Abomination, so Abomination Gore might be what I have to go with. The darker purples just get a wee bit too dark for what I'm after. Um, or I could dig deeper into the special effects paints, which I don't particularly feel like. So I'm gonna start with the Abomination Gore, which looks to be a slightly brownish red, a nice muted color. Hey, there goes my light again. So let's get some of that down there. Because I'm working small, I am going to be using my ye old insane detail brush. Um, don't lick your brush. And I'm going to start with this guy. I know last week I was like, maybe I want to make him blind. Well, I changed my mind. He still has some great white in there. Um, oh, that's going to get frustrating. And then I'm going to use this darker to try to do some of the edgings on some of these pupils, because their eyes are bigger than a lot of other models. So you have a little bit more of a latitude to get away to do stuff. Some of these ones, like this guy, I'm actually fairly certain I could get in there and do his pupil and not just try to get some color in there. You know, as long as this light doesn't keep on coming off. You do this one more time, and I'm gonna have to get up and see what's causing it. But with the eyes being such big objects for this guy, I think I have latitude to be a little bit more fancy. Um, Now the harder ones are when you go down to like this guy, his stomach face. It's slightly raining out right now. Nice, beautiful Maryland weather, slight bit of rain, really just a sprinkle. And his pupil is so small, I think I want to make it bigger. Going up and doing. There. So it's going around seeing if there's any other bits of face. One thing I did notice is these knots on this guy's head are actually eyeballs. I'm going to treat them not how I normally treat eyeballs, because experimenting. Um, Normally, when I do eyeballs, yeah, getting that one in, I'll first get in the whites of the eye, because I know I'm gonna screw it up. Um, and then I will go in with paint the color with a stripe. Some of it just looking at what's there and it's like, huh, how do I want to treat this thing? I bet you I could work up this piece on his shoulder as a like little face down there. So he just has faces coming down everywhere. I swear, trolls make better undead than undead. Okay, well, I guess I have little choice but to go around and check what the heck's going on with my light. Ugh. So crowded and behind the counter right now that okay, let's see if that helps. My light keeps on going out. So I just did some finagling to see if I could make it better. So it doesn't keep on going out. Okay. I think next, before I go in and try to get in any more red of the eye, I'm gonna go in and get some. I'm actually gonna try some arid earth for the think what's either that or mummy robes. I don't know. Arid, arid earth or mummy robes. They would do arid earth so that it's a little. It's almost like his eyes are a little bit jaundice. So again, sticking with the insane detail brush. Like I said, I'm using this one a little bit more care than with the pupils. And I'm hoping that the little bit of yellowishness will help make him a big part of this particular creature is that he's not feeling his best. He has a permanent state of indigestion because no matter how strong you are, you really shouldn't eat troll. You know, it doesn't help when I'm not even underneath there. So, terribly rainy day. Yeah, further evidence of my statement of when you do eyes, no matter how careful you are, you're gonna screw them up. Because no matter, even though I am being terribly careful with this guy, I kind of feel like I'm screwing things up. And I feel like I can do pupils. And of course, since I've been talking about doing pupils on this guy, I kind of feel like I got it now. This light. It's just getting in these corners. I'm not saying a whole lot because it takes a lot of focus to do these things. And you can see, even still, look at that big old blob. Not what I'm after. And kind of tapping in some of the corners. This is where things get really delicate because these faces have much smaller eyes. Try to push things around on that one. Back, trying to use this color to recapture some of his teeth. The bottom jaw is going to need some touching up with some darker colors, but we'll get to that. Three-dimensional qualities like this teeth is one where I find a light touch can go a light touch, and using the three-dimensional nature of the teeth can go a long way. All the stuff, yes, we got all the stuff. Okay, so Lena wants to remind me that Extra Life is running Tabletop Appreciation. All month long, you can make a donation.
donate $20, I'll send them a 15% off coupon.
If you donate $20, you'll get a 15% off coupon sent to you for the website.
And if they come in the store, as long as Muffy's here, they can donate and take a selfie with her and her cute little.
And if you come into the store and Muffin's here, you can take your picture with the store mascot.
And we got some cute outfits for her.
And we got some cute outfits for her. Lena got some cute outfits for her.
We're also taking game donations. Because we're gonna do the pay what you want table for charity.
We are also taking game donations because on August 20 for the whole weekend of August 20 ... 20 something. Don't worry, we'll get it for you before the.
They can all go to freegearstudios.com. The information is there. Tabletop Appreciation Weekend is August 21st to the 22nd.
August 21st, if you we'll be running our pay what you want game tables August 21st and 22nd, so you can come in, pay whatever you want, and pick whatever you want from the tables. Look at those teeth. He has some teeth too. How am I gonna get those teeth? But yeah, we'll get it. We're in preparation for the event. We're taking donations, so if you come by, excuse me, if you come by and donate something, you can come by and donate your old games by us before August 21st and 22nd, 2021. And we'll add it to the pile for the Pay What You Want charity drive. Portion goes to our Extra Life campaign, which is supporting John Hopkins Children's Hospital. And this light is still infuriating me. I have no idea why it keeps on going down like that. So, now that I got that announcement out of the way.
Tomorrow you're doing your D&D.
Tomorrow, August 12th, I'm doing a Learn to Play D&D session virtually, so you can sign up for that off of our website. And because the shilling is not done, we also are running player signups for our role-playing campaigns for the fall. That's going to be running. We're signing up now in August 2021 for the campaign starting in September and running through till the end of November. I'm gonna have to figure out why this light keeps on going out, especially when I'm doing such detailed things like this guy's teeth, because he really has very little variation to actually capture them teeth. He only has one high tooth, upper tooth in his upper jaw. We call it Chomper.
If you want to mention the other things, you can.
And while I'm at it, I'm also gonna try to get them bones that he strapped into his armband because of a step that's coming up later. Because of a step that's coming up later, I'm feeling a little bit free to be a little bit sloppier with these bones. If you notice, I'm not going all the way to the edge because I'm really am trying to contain this color. There's going to be a little bit of a take back step, and the fact that the color doesn't go all the way to the edge of the bones will also partially get covered up when we go back and do some of the washes. So as long as I'm in this color, let's just double check these eyes up here. Poking the corners of the eyes. I know I'm not being as chatty as I normally am because this is some high focus work we're doing right here. So, because as many people will tell you in the before, eyes be difficult. This light. Aziz, light! Thank you, Aziz.
I'm wondering if this was not plugged in good.
I think the intermediate plug between this wire and the power outlet is not very good for. Ow.
Power did go out briefly today.
Well, that should have affected this light. Okay. So now it's getting power directly from my computer. Let's see if that's more of a stable power. Man, I hope this is a more stable power source. Okay. So next step, I am going to go back with the Pure Red. No, you know what? Yeah, no, Pure Red. No, not Pure Red. And if all you at home are probably like, make up your mind, is it going to be Pure Red or is it not going to be Pure Red? And the answer is no. And I'll tell you why. Because I said I was going to do a pupil. So I am going to do pupils because I am a mad person. Matte black. I don't like using pure black that often because of all of the previous art teachers that I've had that were like, don't use black, mix for your darks. And there's no such thing as a pure black or anything like that. And the answer is, this is true. That means I'm not painting with a pure black either. But I'm going to take this insane detail brush and on some of these larger eyeballs, oh man, that's all nice and watery. I'm going to shake the camera. I am going to try to paint some pupils. So, on some of these larger ones, I don't do pupils much because most of these models have eyes way too small for you to do pupils. I am also making sure that the pupils are towards the bottom of his eyes because he's not crazy. But as you can see, this does encourage some overpainting, like that stripe on that guy's face. That might be too fine for you guys to see at home. So, like I said, this is a level of detail I usually don't bother with. But you know what? I started talking about it, so I'm doing it. So, yeah, there's some of these other ones that I think I could probably do it on, but I'm not going to bother. The real payoff is going to be on the top heads. So I'm going to make sure they're done. Before I go on to the next step, I'm also going through and kind of doing some touch up. I think I notice how I missed that guy's eye. So, and I missed that guy's teeth too. So he still looks like he has green teeth instead of the yellow teeth. I want the slightly yellow teeth. Man, this guy just looks like he's having all kinds of fun. There we go. Just making sure that, yeah. And then let's get some more, just a little bit of black to see if that eye is dry enough over here to get that pupil. Okay. Take a breath. Shake some paints. Using the pure red. Pure red. Man, this whole day might be an insane detailed day. So now, not only am I going to go over with this pure red, but I am going to try to regain some of the shape of some of this eyes using it. Which, oh, how do we put this? Is ambitious. So I'm trying to use this red not only to add a little bit of texture to the iris of the eye, which I'm seeing negotiable results, but also to add some shape to some of those pupils. Um, just look at that. Like I said, you're gonna screw it up somehow. This guy looks like his eyes are wandering in opposite directions. I might have to go some back and forth on that one. Okay. Now where I'm really hoping the pure red's gonna pay off is some of these little guys down here. Just a little dab in those flat red eyes. Just to get a little bit of a color variation in there. There we go. Ah, that was. I have to go back and do some of the black on those eyes because I'm not liking the focus from the red. But you know, this is a hobby of 2 steps forward, 1 step back. Okay. So there we go. And I am going to take some of this cultist rope. Okay. So now I'm going to use some of this green. No, I'm going to use the angel green because angels were green. Fun fact I bet you didn't know is that angels are green. I didn't know that until, like, people started talking about dark angels. Who apparently ride motorcycles. And for those out there that are like, is he talking about Warhammer? Yes, I'm talking about Warhammer. Okay. So now I'm going to take in a bit of his skin tone in order to try to shape that eye. Um, so as you can see, I'm just kind of dragging this along to make some kind of eyeliner in order to retake some of that skin to cover up the overpainting of the eyes. And that is one part of my secret about doing eyes. Embrace the fact that you're going to screw it up and be prepared to fix it once you do. And so you can see that a lot of these eyes are taking a lot better shape once I run this brush across it. And I tell you, it's a lot easier on this big model than it is on a lot of the smaller models. I wouldn't even try these pupils on a lot of the smaller models. You know, when I check my camera angle, when the troll suddenly shifts up. There we go. Checking the work. Checking the smaller eyes because some of these guys need it, some of them don't. Yeah. And now I'm checking some of the other details that we did, like when the color of these teeth went up onto the lips. That tooth was purposely done that way. And there you go. I know. I usually like to go a little bit farther, but here are his eyes. And you can see all those gleaming teeth. Next time, I'm gonna start going into some of his clothes, and hopefully we'll be able to do washes by the end of next week. Because he doesn't look like he has a whole lot left, but those clothes can. So I should be able to do both next week. I guess his fingernails also need to be done because those claws, those talons need to pop out to make people kind of look at it and look at them sideways and go, "Do I really want that to scratch me?" Because he should be gross. So if you like what you've seen, visit our website, enjoy our store, come into our store because we do have a physical location in Central Maryland, as well as you can heart, subscribe, or whatever in all of the corners of the internet with Three Gear Studios or Three Gear Games. And we would love to see you around. As well as, once again, we do have signups for for the fall season of role playing games 2021. That's going on until the end of the month. We don't have a lot of open spots, so grab them while you can. You can find information about that on our website, including one um, Ironsworn game that is running on Fridays online, so you can enjoy it there. So, with no further ado, I hope you enjoy and see you around.